It's national meets regional. Welcome to Sidewalks Entertainment, the long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us now for an exciting new path to celebrity interviews, music, rising talents, much, much more.
Hey there, welcome to Sidewalks, the entertainment project. Rafael Siegel here, and we're joined right now by three actors who are no doubt familiar to sci-fi fans from, of course, the Stargate SG-1 franchise, Christopher Judge, Michael Shanks, and Ben Browder. Guys, welcome to Sidewalks.
Thank you.
Great to be here, Rafael.
Now, our show is all about getting to know the person behind the celebrity and stuff like that, so we want to get to know you a little bit more. We'll do you guys individually here. Starting with you, Michael, you're yet another successful Canadian actor. My goodness, how many of them are there out there? You could have easily become a pro hockey player, but decided to go into the acting field. Starting with theater, any interest in hitting the stage again?
Well, first of all, I want to set the record straight. Easily pro hockey player? Not so much.
No, you couldn't. No, just because you're from Canada, you wouldn't be a hockey player?
Well, you know what? Everybody from Canada is a hockey player, whether you're man, woman, or child, and that's the problem. Is that there's so many of us that it's hard to get into the pro hockey field. So it wasn't as easy as one might think, though. But
So what about hitting the stage again?
I think it's something I intend to do in the future. I miss it a great deal. It's where I started, and it's where I want to continue. And I think it's been like 9 years since I've been on stage, and I think at this point it's a little bit daunting, but I intend to get back to it sometime in the near future.
I don't think that passion ever leaves you, right? That feeling of being on stage, doing a live thing?
No, and it's very funny. In this medium, you get very used to a certain safety net, and whenever I go see a play, it's all of a sudden I get really jazzed about doing it again. So, oddly enough, I just saw one recently, and it really inspired me to want to get back to it. To see Patrick Stewart do the Scottish play in London's West End is a pretty good reason to get inspired by something. So, had a wonderful time at the show, and it really made me hungry to go back and do it.
Now, Ben, you're up next. You have a psychology degree.
Yes.
How has your psychology degree helped you prepare for roles?
Well, I don't know that it helps in preparing for roles. It helps in dealing with castmates.
Like the guys who you're with now, I take it?
You know,
Done.
you come in, you throw some Maslow hierarchy of needs, you understand what their motivations are. Psychology was interesting when I was in college because I was interested in people, and I guess the acting thing fell afterwards in that regard because I didn't decide to be an actor until I was finishing university.
So it's almost a natural transition then. You have your interest in people, learning about people, and then you just jump right into a character.
Yeah, I guess it's a natural transition. I don't know, maybe it's just that I was focused that direction at that time of my life. I don't know that it's a natural extension, acting, of psychology. You know, some of the same language, but yeah, I don't know how much it would help. In some ways, playing sports helps you more than studying anything because you learn about preparation, about teamwork, which is necessary, particularly on a television show where all the different parts have to come together at one particular moment.
Right, right. Now, Christopher, you're up next. When did the acting bug bite you?
Well, I was very fortunate in that most young boys, you know, they go through a thing where they want to be firemen or policemen or you know, wonderful careers like that. But I was very fortunate from a very young age. I can remember the exact moment. I was watching Sounder, and the moment when Paul Winfield gets taken off and Kevin Hooks plays a little boy. And I remember how that affected me, and I knew right then that that's what I wanted to do for a living. I wanted to be able to create those feelings of compassion and sorrow or joy in people who watch this medium. So I was very fortunate from a very young age that I never really wanted to be anything else.
Well, and obviously things are working out for you, just a little bit, right?
Well, it kind of remains to be seen. I'm still on the bubble.
Still trying to get into the game there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You know, I'm kind of playing it by ear. You know, I'm waiting for the seedings to come out for the tournament, and but hopefully I'll get in.
All right. Well, we wish you luck. Let's talk about Stargate, Ark of Truth on DVD. Tell us about it.
It's the conclusion, to put in a nutshell, it's the conclusion to the last 2 seasons. Since Mr. Browder came on the show, we had a whole new storyline involving a group of bad guys called the Ori. And the Ori have stepped into our galaxy and decided to take over and rearrange our furniture in our living room. So we left it at the end of season 10 when we found out we were canceled. Instead of trying to hurry up and wrap up the storyline, we decided it was a good idea to take our own time with it, and of course we got the great opportunity to go into the DVD format and to be able to tell some stories in a much more big, climactic, cinematic kind of way, and that's what we're doing with the Ark of Truth.
Now, Ben, if a person like myself, who's not too familiar with the Stargate franchise, would I be able to jump right in and check out Ark of Truth and know what's going on?
Well, that's one of the great things about it actually being on DVD, because you have all these extras, and one of the extras is a recap of how exactly we got to this point where we're after the Ark of Truth. So, yes, a new member of the audience could certainly do that. Having said that, the movie stands on its own as a movie in many different ways. The soundtrack is huge. The visuals are much more than we were allowed to do within the series itself. So even if you didn't have the DVD extras or you weren't inclined, you could pick up and watch the movie.
Now, Christopher, we all know that sci-fi fans are fiercely loyal. There are a lot of them watching this right now. Is there anything that you can say to them in appreciation, I guess, for their support?
A lot of why these movies came about is about not only wanting to keep the franchise going for our sakes, but we had always had a grander vision, especially Brad and Rob, our showrunners and creators and writers, had always had a grander vision that they wanted to give to the fans. And so to be able to do that in this format and to really tell big stories and not have to wrap up after 44 minutes, to be able to show entire visual effects scenes as they're written, it's a great new medium. And we are but for 10 years, the support has been overwhelming, and it's just been fantastic. And we are so proud, and I think a lot of the renaissance and a lot of the respect that is given to sci-fi now is due to the success that Stargate has. Whereas before, sci-fi fans were kind of marginalized as weirdos and as this, that, and the other. I think the success of Stargate has really made the sci-fi genre really respected, and all that is due to the fans and their loyalty and how they will stick with you no matter what network you're on, no matter where you go. And I really think networks, advertisers really started seeing that, and that's all due to the loyalty of the fans.
Very well said. I think we'll finish on that note, a positive note to the fans who make all of this happen.
That's right.
For all of us, even here at Sidewalks. Guys, I really appreciated Christopher Judge, Michael Shanks, Ben Browder. You guys are class guys and fun to talk to, and I wish you all the best of luck with Ark of Truth and everything else you do in the future.
Hey, thank you, Rafael.
Thank you, Rafael.
Thanks, guys.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.